Hello, and welcome to Instagram Audience Alchemy Playbook. Please buckle up, get excited, get your favorite beverage. This might be coffee or a tea or a juice or a glass of water, because you will get here in this video that you're watching right now, hello, and also the text and step-by-step guide that you will find here below, the exact same playbook with strategies and tactics and frameworks and principles that will allow you to turn, convert, or alchemize up to 400% more of your Instagram profile views and followers and audience that you are already reaching on Instagram into sales and qualified leads. This same playbook will help you amplify drastically your monthly revenue, whatever your business model is. This playbook will help you turn your Instagram profile into an engine, into a system that's very well oiled and hyper efficient in converting views, profile views, and audience and reach into qualified leads and sales and revenue for your business. This will help you turn your audience into a high frequency customer base, and even more importantly, if you are a mission-led business owner, meaning that you have a deep sense of mission or an inner calling or a purpose or a strong reason why you are doing what you're doing, this will help you propel and accelerate your mission to new all-time highs. So let's begin. First of all, if this is your first time seeing my face or hearing my a little bit funny European accent, welcome. My name is Klemen. Please call me Clem. I am the founder of Workflow, a revolutionary AI-powered software and done-for-you service where you can get all your marketing content created for you at a fraction of the cost of hiring experts or agencies who are typically not aligned with your mission, or even worse, doing everything by yourself manually. I am also very well known as a former chief marketing officer and head of growth of Mindvalley. Chances are you heard of this amazing company organization, which today is the world's leading and largest platform for personal transformation. And I'm very proud and honored to share that I was one of the key leaders that helped my dear friend Vishen Lakiani, founder and CEO of Mindvalley, and the team at Mindvalley scale from roughly $20 million in annual sales at the time when I joined to over $100 million in annual sales for various online courses, memberships, certifications, and essentially e-learning programs and info product-based digital products. Yeah, I am also a co-founder and CEO of Solvana by Mindvalley, which was the highest rated app for online group meditations on app stores, and I'm very proud of that as well. Later on, Solvana was acquired back and merged back into the mothership called Mindvalley. But enough about me. Before we dive deeper into the Instagram Audience Alchemy Playbook, also a friendly invitation. In case you would want me and our team to actually create for you your Instagram Audience Alchemy system, where you get 10 plus Instagram carousels done and scripted for you, 10 Instagram reels, all done, personalized and custom tailored for you, and so much more. You will find more information here below. Simply click this link and check out this special done for you service called Instagram Audience Alchemy System done for you, where, again, very important, for a fraction of the price, for a price of one high vibrational intentional meal, we can deliver all of this for you to you for less than 1% of the cost of hiring mainstream experts and agencies. Okay, so check this out. You will find more information here below. Now let's go straight into the actual playbook. What problem is this playbook really solving? Now, the main problem typically that most business owners face on Instagram is twofold. Either lack of growth, meaning the audience is not growing, and even more importantly, which is something that most business owners don't even, they are aware, but they don't actually put so much emphasis on this, is poor sales on Instagram. So, for example, you might be posting, you might be actually getting views and reach, your audience might actually be growing, but you're not happy with either the sales or revenue or the ROI, return on investment, that you are getting back from all the Instagram, all the efforts that you are investing in your Instagram strategy, as measured in time invested, resources, team, and so forth, right? So this is what the problem, this is the problem that this playbook is solving. Poor sales. This playbook is not so much focused on actually growing your reach and build and going viral. It is primarily focused on turning your Instagram profile and the whole content strategy into quite literally cash generating machine, or that's why it's called Alchemy, because it's designed to alchemize views and profile views and your followers and anyone who interacts with your profile into either qualified leads if your business model is based on high ticket offers that require a consultation call or a discovery call or a demo call, or even better, sales. If you are selling, let's say, info products, e-learning programs like courses, memberships, paid communities, or software, or any other service for whatever or product that you are selling. Okay. Now, in this guide, we also assume that you already have a good enough offer that you want to promote and sell and scale on Instagram. And this offer can be anything from on a low ticket range, such as a $27 workshop. In fact, it can be anything. Okay, doesn't really matter. Even though this playbook is primarily geared towards knowledge entrepreneurs, e-learning entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, course creators, content creators, and so forth. Essentially, you can use this. In fact, you should use this playbook also if your business model is based on e-commerce, selling physical goods. If your business model is based on selling services, if it's a software or any other business model, essentially, this will help you generate way more leads and sales and revenue from your Instagram efforts. Yes. Now, high-level overview. The solution to poor sales, the key to actually getting more sales and qualified leads from your Instagram efforts is this lengthy thing here, but essentially there are two strategies. One is carousel with text hook to comment to DM to link. I know this is a little bit long name here. And then you have reel with text hook to comment to DM to link, right? So this essentially is a mini funnel, a mini sales funnel inside the Instagram. And you might have noticed this, by the way, as a user of Instagram, as a consumer. So in this case, carousels, you lead with a carousel post. We'll go deep now what that means and how it looks and how to structure it and how to organize it. This carousel needs to have a strong text hook that attracts your ideal potential customers. Then at the end, this carousel needs to ask people to comment, which boosts the algorithm, engages the leads, and gets people into your DM, where you automatically send them a link either to your booking page or your sales page or your freebie, whatever you are promoting with your carousel. And it's the same with Reels. The only difference here is that Reels are a slightly different format than carousels. Reels are vertical videos, short form videos, but the concept is the same. You lead with a content that has a strong text hook, and then you ask people to comment. Then this triggers automatic DM message, let's say from a platform like ManyChat, and then you send them a link to the next step in your sales funnel. Yes? Now let's first cover carousels, because carousels are the ultimate tool to alchemizing your profile views, your followers, your audience on Instagram into qualified leads and sales. So carousel posts, or simply just carousels, in conjunction with magnetic text hook, as I mentioned, a strong call to action that asks people to comment, and sending an automated direct message with ManyChat, for example, and this message contains, let's say, a link to your lead magnet booking page or sales page, is your first bet. Okay, very important, is your first bet to quickly, it's not even a bet, by the way, we are not betting here, okay, this is science, is the first important strategy to quickly turn things around and start generating more qualified leads and more sales out of your existing audience. Okay, so if you already have an audience, if you already are posting but you're not happy with results, engagement, not just engagement, because you can be getting engagement, a lot of views, a lot of praise and comments, oh my universe, this is so good, but not enough sales. This is go with carousels. Here's an example of, let me decrease my profile photo a little bit. Here's an example of how such carousel looks like. So this is from Matt Gray. You will find the links, by the way, to all these resources here below this video. So I will just go straight to this diagram here, and I will bring my pen here. So let's do this one. So a carousel has multiple slides, as you can see here. Yes. So these are all slides. It starts, and you will see a pattern. Each great carousel, high converting carousel, is split quite literally into three different parts. The first one is the slide one, which is a hook. We'll go deeper into that in this guide, and you will find all more information here below. Then the next part is the value slides. Okay, this is where you deliver value, and then the final slide, equally important, is the call to action slide. This is where you actually give a call to action, and ideally should be two-way call to action. The first one should be always the primary one, something like comment specific keyword below to get more information, okay, or access this or learn more. And then the secondary call to action should be save this for later use, right? We'll go deeper into why two different call to actions. So this is one example of such carousels. Here's another one from my dear friend Regan Hillier, the world's leading expert on manifesting and financial abundance. Here again, you will see here another pattern, same here, a strong hook, value slides followed by ending with a call to action slide. Yes, and then the number of value slides can vary between 3 to 5. It can be 3, it can be 4 or 5, even 6, even 7, as long it is valuable. And you will also see in both examples comment frequency in this case. So this is in the actual post caption, and Matt does the same. Matt keeps it even simpler, but still you see comment this particular keyword, and I'll send you my free guide, right? So these carousels are quite literally mini sales funnels, mini lead generation and sales funnels built into the Instagram platform on itself, okay? So these are carousels. Now, the best news in all of this is that you don't even need to be on camera and spend hours of your time filming in front of the camera, these short form reels and talking into the camera. If you're like me, you don't particularly enjoy filming short form videos, but I love being in front of the camera, filming video guides like this and courses, but I don't particularly enjoy filming short form video reels and YouTube shorts. I just don't enjoy it. I don't know. It just takes so much time and energy. The good news is that with carousels and a tool like, let's say, workflow that I'll demo it, or you'll find more information here below, and then simple Canva templates, you can actually script and design a week worth of carousels in under 30 minutes. That without you even being on camera, okay? This is very important. So that's really good news. Now, pro tip here, very important, is you want to use workflow to write and script your carousels blazingly fast. There's a template called Instagram carousels workflow inside the software. So if you simply, once you're in the software, you can simply click here plus, click create from template, and then you simply search for carousels, and here you go. You can install it very easily. You can preview how this template works. This is the workflow, for example, and it has all these prompts already written for you, and you can tweak these prompts however you want. So I will not go too much deep into this. Anyways, so use this tool to script not just Instagram carousels, but any marketing content that you want, okay? Now, the second format, now we covered carousels. This is still a high-level executive summary. The second format is Reels, with a text hook to comment to DM to link. Now here's a beautiful example, and here's another good news for you, okay? So these video reels, again, are in conjunction with a static text hook, call to action to comment, and sending an automated DM with a link to your magnet, again, is your second best strategy to quickly start generating more leads, more qualified leads, and also turning more of these leads into actual sales and revenue, regardless of what your business model is. Here's a prime example of my dear friend Vishen Lakiani. I highly recommend you follow him. You learn as much as you can from him. He's a really extraordinary human being, my dear friend. But you will notice here, in fact, let me just play this video. You will notice here that this video, Vishen, is actually not actively speaking into the camera. And if you look at Vishen, for example, Vishen's Instagram, let's check this out. You will see that the highest performing reels on Vishen's Vishen's, in this case, today is January 4th, 2026. The highest performing reels with the highest number of comments are actually the ones where Vishen is not talking directly into the camera. These are also called talking head videos, you can see here. So if you look at the pattern, look at this one, where Vishen is just being filmed in action by a third person, for example, or probably even AI generated content. Look at this, 6,000 comments here, this one, then this one, 200, right? If you compare these to talking head videos, these videos, this is really good news, right? Where in this case, let me go back. In this case, you are on camera. This is important, especially if you're an expert, a coach, and you want to really amplify your personal brand. But if you are a business brand and you don't care you being on camera, you can use any UGC content, any influencer, any AI influencer, essentially. Or it's good to have humans on the film. But notice here again, same pattern, strong static text hook. Notice this text hook does not disappear. It's always visible. The purpose and the whole objective of this text hook is to really qualify people and attract the right type of audience, and then deliver value through the actual caption, in this case, instead of slides, and then comment mine below, and I'll send you the exact tools I use to stay clear, calm. Again, comment, and this then fires and triggers an automated direct response message sent by ManyChat. Now, here's another good news, okay? For those of you, let's say, if you don't enjoy being on camera and filming these short form videos, well, here's the good news, okay? You don't actually need to film these, what I call talking head videos, where you're looking straight into the camera and talking to the person and sharing your views. You can, of course, but in fact, these videos tend to be even more effective, and I've seen similar pattern across other, also our profiles and the project we work with, and as well as other people that I follow on Instagram. You will find here a few examples, different types of reels that you can create. Notice, obviously, and they are ranked from lowest, easiest to create, and then to hardest to create. Now, the easiest to create is simply grab a stock footage or some kind of an AI generated video, and then very important, you will see all of them have these static text hooks that you can design and style however you want. The next one is your footage of your environment, so you can just film something in your environment, and then the other type is your footage of you in action. Notice here, this is actually me working on my standing desk and computer. Then this is talking head, the real you, and then talking head AI avatar. These here are the most time consuming to create. But the good news is this is the sweet spot here. This one is a human being in action, okay? This can be you or somebody else with the text hook, and then of course strong value in the caption, okay? Now, again, you can write all your reels blazingly fast with workflow software. So once you're in workflow, simply click plus, install from template, and then simply search for reels, and you will find here Instagram reels. This workflow comes with the workflow starts with an idea. You can generate quickly amazing ideas that are in full alignment with your expertise, knowledge, domain of knowledge, your frameworks, methods, your brand. Then you can generate text hooks super fast, the outline of the actual reel, then the talking script in case you need it, then the actual caption, and you can add more workflow, more steps into the workflow. Okay. Now, let's summarize what we've covered so far. Okay, this is a high-level summary. You will see that all these carousels that I've shown you here and reels, there's a pattern, and the first pattern is that this content needs to have a strong text hook. Now, you've probably heard of concept hooks, right? But here we are specifically referring to a static text hook that's visible immediately to the human eye. And ideally, it's shown at least for the first 5 seconds of the video or in the first slide of the actual content piece, right? So text hook, text headline that is fixated, visible, right? And it needs to either be focused on the problem or on the dream outcome that your ideal audience really wants. So this is the first component of high performing, best performing carousels and reels. And when I say performing, in this case, or performance, I am not referring to going viral and attracting random audience that don't care about your business or products, or they don't even want your products or services. I am talking about generating qualified leads, or even better, sales, okay? Revenue, sales and revenue. So this is not some vanity metric. It's something that your business wants, and what you probably want the most as a business owner: sales and revenue and profit, of course, high profit margin. Now the second element and component in this pattern is high educational value given in advance, okay? So if you look at these examples, and these are just a few examples, let's say these carousels that I've shown you, and the reels, all these examples are educational content, not entertainment content, okay? Or informative content, educational content. So here, when you give value in advance in form of lessons and tips and steps and hacks and insights and frameworks and methods, what you do, why this is so important, why this works so well. You will see there's a lot of things here, but when you kind of combine all of them, magic starts happening, and that's how you can start getting like 2, 3, 4 times more sales and qualified leads from your Instagram efforts, okay? When you're delivering wisdom, your know-how, expertise, advice, methods, frameworks, strategies, tactics, what happens, you start giving value in advance to people. This is important because this is how you start building trust, which is the glue. The higher the trust that people have in you or your brand, the more likely is that eventually they will purchase something from you. And then the ultimate energy exchange, monetary exchange, they will trust you more as well. When you deliver education, this is very important, this builds your authority, or the authority of your brand. This way your future customers or existing customers will know what you're like. They will just know and trust you more as an expert, as an authority. And the topic of the actual content, very important, what words you choose and what this content is all about attracts the qualified people, the ones that you want to attract that meet your ideal client profile or ideal customer profile. And then also equally important, filters out unqualified people, okay? So here we don't necessarily want to go viral, even though every business technically would want to go viral, but what is virality without sales and without enough sales, right? So very, very important. Now, another very important piece specifically for Instagram is that these two content types of format, like I've shown, these carousels, educational carousels and educational reels, have higher dwell time potential. What I mean by that, okay? It's actually, if I could explain Instagram algorithm in a few words, is this: the more people watch the content piece and the more they save it and the more they comment on it, the more the algorithm will be pushing your content to others. Or in other words, if we zoom out, Instagram makes money by selling advertising, and even I think even now subscriptions. And the way Instagram can make more money is to ensure that that users stay more time on the Instagram app or the platform. And the way for the Instagram users to spend more time on the platform is to consume more content. So naturally, when Instagram algorithm finds content pieces that have above the average, what's called dwell time, Instagram will start pushing this content more and more and more to other people, lookalikes. That's how you actually not hack the algorithm. That's how you play in alignment with the algorithm. Yes. So the more algorithm pushes your content to lookalike people, and then the more likely the person is to buy your offer and pay you with their money as well, right? So also, by the way, this high dwell time basically means that people spend more time consuming the content. Here's one simple principle: the more time somebody invests into consuming your content, the more likely is that they will buy. It's that simple. Google found this out with something called 7-11-4 rule, which basically means to turn a complete stranger into your first-time customer. It takes on average 11 interactions. The person needs to spend or invest 11 hours of time consuming or interacting with your content across 7 or more different touch points on 4 or more different platforms. So this dwell time is probably one of the most important parts here in this entire formula. And of course, call to action. All these, you will find all these content pieces have a strong call to action that leads to the next step, and it's always comment, a specific word, which then auto sends a DM from a platform like ManyChat, okay? Now here's a pro tip, very important. Make sure you always have at least one, if not two, of your top performing carousels or reels pinned in your profile grid, okay? by pinning at the top of your profile, Instagram profile. Why this is so important is because when new people discover your Instagram profile and visit it for the first time, one of the first things that they will see are your pin posts. So these pin posts are almost like mini landing pages, mini sales funnels embedded into your Instagram profile. And the more people come into these carousels and reels, the more leads you will generate, the more sales you will generate. So very, very important. And not only that, here's important. Not only you will convert a high percentage of new profile visitors into leads, in other words, more profile visitors will actually be buying, but you will also shorten the time to sell for new profile visitors and speed up the cash flow cycle. In other words, new profile visitors will be buying faster in shorter time frame, which is super important for the cash flow. And you will also, as a result, generate more revenue at a higher return on investment on your time, energy, money, and also your business revenue and mission will grow and expand faster. You see? So everything here connects. Everything is so connected. Don't forget to pin one or two top performing carousels, ideally, or even eventually reels to your Instagram profile. Now let's go into the power of carousels. Why Instagram carousels and also on LinkedIn are the single best performing, typically, in most cases, the single best performing content format when it comes to turning views and social media users into qualified leads for your business and sales, okay? Very important distinction. Let's first just Instagram carousels, you already know how they look like, okay? I will skip that, you can read more about this. But according to Google and a bunch of other studies, Instagram carousels convert followers and views into qualified leads and sales up to 400% better than any other form of content on Instagram. Also, LinkedIn also favors carousels a lot simply because carousels have a much higher, what I've already mentioned, dwell time, consumption time, or watch time compared to other content items. Okay, so let me first, I'll be jumping back and forth. Why carousels? Why your Instagram strategy? Why your business strategy quite literally needs carousels if you want to really turn any social, specifically Instagram, into a high converting lead generation machine and also sales generation machine that alchemizes, transmutes visitors into high frequency, amazing, ideal customers. First of all, carousels, as I mentioned, have up to 6 times higher dwell time than any other content format on Instagram. So to give you an example, a 10-slide carousel keeps a person engaged for, this is a typo here, 20 to 60 seconds compared to average 3 to 5 seconds spent on a static reel or an image, okay? So this is a 6x increase in dwell time, and this signals that your content is of high value, triggers the algorithms in positive way, not emotionally triggered, and pushes your post to more people, essentially, okay? Carousels have up to 4 times higher save rate, okay? This is super important because saves on Instagram are the super signal. Carousels are saved and shared up to 4 times more often than reels or single posts, because typically carousels are packed with knowledge, with templates, with something that people want to save for later use and quick reference, right? So very important. And save is when people, let me zoom up. There are at least several interactions on your content that people can make on Instagram. They can like, and you see it somewhere here, we have it, likes are considered cheap, low effort interactions, but saves are the single most important. So you have likes, then the next one is a comment, then the next one is a share, and then save. Save is one of the, if not the single most important signal to the algorithm that your content is high quality. Then also carousels have up to 2 times higher click-through rates because carousels allow to show off your methodology, your frameworks, your templates, your principles in a step-by-step way. They bypass this inner friction and skepticism that people have typically on an unconscious level in the sales cycle. You aren't just telling them that you're an expert, you are proving it slide by slide, resulting into 2 times higher click-through rates to either link in the bio or comment below, or just higher response rates. And then also this leads to up to 3 times higher conversion rates because these carousels require micro commitments. With every swipe, there's a tiny micro action and commitment. They transform passive scrollers who scroll up and down into high intent prospects who start scrolling left and right. Very interesting. So by the time a lead reaches the final slide, which should be the call to action, they've already spent a full minute at least absorbing your expertise, resulting in up to 3 times higher conversion rates to course sales or freebie lead magnet signups or discovery calls. So that's why these carousels are so powerful. Now, let's go a little bit practical. How to structure your carousels. We already covered this. Here you have a simple diagram. Your carousels need to be basically split into 3 main components or parts. The first slide is always the hook, and I'll give you an example. Then the all next slides, with the exception that the last slide, should be what I call the value slides, where you basically give value, templates, tips, insights, and then the last slide is a double call to action, where the first one is comment specific keyword below, and then save for later use. In fact, let me show you. I've been working on on our just recently carousels. I've scripted these carousels inside workflow, the workflow software, and then I simply went here and created. This is just fresh out of the oven, quite literally. I created this template here in Canva. This is the template. So these first slides are just a template. You can perhaps pause to see what I have here. And then this is the actual, these are the actual slides. So you will see here, this is just something in between for an internal note slide. Then we have the hook slide, the first slide, the perfect carousel formula. Then why are, oops, here's a typo here. I need to put, what are carousels? This hasn't been published yet, by the way, it hasn't even been approved or reviewed finally. So what are carousels, why carousels, and then actually content, the hook slide, the value slides, the CTA slide, and then the summary, and then the next step, call to action you have here. Then we have here another one, same template, same visual template, but slightly different content. 5 reasons why Instagram carousels generate, again, value, and then you will see your next step, okay? So this is just a quick example. And you can read more about here. And also, how often should you post carousels? Ideally 3 to 5 carousels per week. Now you might be asking, oh my universe, Klemen, that's quite a lot of content to create and script. Yes, but when you have, in fact, there's no but. When you have a tool like workflow that lets you script these carousels at lightning speed, in full alignment with your brand, with your methods, with your work, with your methodology, with your frameworks, with your communication style, and then simple Canva templates that you can find here in Canva by literally going to templates and searching for carousels, carousel, and you will find hundreds of templates that you can easily clone, duplicate, tweak, modify according to your needs and wants. Yeah. So post ideally 3 to 5 carousels per week. Then what to post? Now here you can go methods, frameworks, templates, roadmaps, blueprints, guides, strategies, tactics, lessons, tutorials, walkthroughs, case studies, value in advance. And then also quickly perfect carousel production system. By the way, this is not just for carousels, but for any content. Is this one, script, design, and schedule. So ideally a great system, a great flawless, not flawless, but fluid, let me correct myself. Fluid system will have you actually batch and group similar tasks together. So what you do not want to be doing, this is a really energy draining, time consuming system where you script one carousel and then you design one carousel and then you schedule one carousel and then you go to the next carousel and you script the second carousel, you design the second. This is not efficient because this is how cars were produced before Henry Ford revolutionized the assembly line. You want to be working almost like as an assembly line, or you or your team. You want to script, let's say, 5 next carousels, all of them, script all of them in a software like Workflow or in any other tool that you use. You script them, okay? So now they're scripted. Then you go into Canva and you design all 5 carousels. Just like here you see, I first scripted all these carousels, and then here I in one batch I would work on 2 for today and the next day, and then I batch them, right? So you go to Canva, you design them, and then you schedule all 5 carousels at once in a platform like Go High Level or any other scheduling tool. Yeah. So then also there's quite a lot of, as I mentioned already, you have templates, but the final thing I want to share with you is this one. What's the difference between the reels and carousels? We covered this a little bit, but the simplest way you can see this, carousels are the ultimate and the best content format for converting views and followers and profile views into qualified leads and sales. Yeah. Carousels are best to convert, and then reels are best to grow your reach, to grow your audience, because typically reels get pushed more by the algorithm also. So, and here's some comparison data between reels and carousels. You will see that reels typically have a higher share. It's a dominant format. More actually, people consume more time actually reels, but they spend less time watching each individual reel. This is it's almost like the inverse function. Average reach you can see here, but then carousels have much higher engagement rate, also higher intent is much different, and then interaction depth. Just carousels give higher saves, higher comments, and so forth. So here you go. We covered quite a lot of ground. You will find it here, and then finally again. Friendly invitation. If you want to have me and my team actually create for you your Instagram audience alchemy system that will be done for you, custom tailored for you based on the information that you will provide about your customers and your audience and the problems you're solving, the dream outcomes you are helping them experience, or goals, the methods, tools, techniques that you use, then I invite you to check out Instagram audience alchemy system. You will get tons of carousels scripted for you, Instagram Reels, also freebie lead magnets done for you, lead capture pages done for you, low ticket offers done for you, sales page copy done for you, 3 video sales letters done for you, and more. I invite you to simply click this link, and there's a 15-day money back guarantee for this done for you service. By the way, this is not an info product. Very important. This is not a generic one-size-fits-all info product where everyone gets the same content. This is a highly personalized, done for you premium level of service that's priced less than a price of one meal for one person. So I invite you to check it out. You will absolutely love it. I hope you find this valuable. Check more content here below, and I look forward to connecting with you in another trainings, lessons, guides, or seeing you here inside the workflow software. Until then, may the force be with you. All the best.